So today we're going to unbox this 888 Racing Craig Lowndes 100 Wins twin set. We will look at the car on the left first, and then we'll look at the car on the right, and we'll look at the big display box at the bottom. Sorry if my hands get in the way in the advance. I don't have any turntables or anything like that to turn the vehicle around. So these are 1 in 18 scale model vehicles, and they both came with a poster each to stick on the windows, which we'll do later on. There's the poster. So now let's take a look at the vehicle that's on the left. So the vehicle on the left is a 100 Wins Special Edition Red Holden V of Commodore. Now we're looking at the driver's side first. So on the back, down the bumper there, we have 888 Racing. Then we move along to the Holden logo with the Australian stars. Then you can see in the back, far back window, it has 100 race wins, with 100 being the 100 wins and Lowndes' name there. Also you can see the livery 100 wins, Craig Lowndes 2015. And down the front you can see Craig Lowndes' signature, as well as the side front there. Now there are 18-inch Dunlop Sport Max tyres that they ran on. And Craig Lowndes was the first ever V8 supercar driver to notch up 100 wins. So that is the driver's side. So this is the front of the vehicle. It's got the Holden logos, the 100 wins by Craig Lowndes, and at the bottom on the front bumper it has Holden, and just in front of that it's got 888 Racing. Now we're going to take a look at the bonnet, the roof and the boot. So as we can see on the bonnet, the roof and the boot, they have all the race wins Craig has won at to get his 100. His last one, which was race 100, and that was on the 20th of June 2015, Hidden Valley, otherwise known as Darwin. It was a Triple Crown race and it was race 14. So down the left hand side, as we'll see, it will go 1 to 50, and on the right hand side it will be 51 to 100. As we slowly move up the vehicle, we can see it's got the number 100 and Holden. On the right hand side of the vehicle there, it has the red and green lights. Also, just on the left hand side of those lights, you might just be able to make it out. I'll see if I can get any closer. There we go. Just to the right, or to the left of the red light, is Craig Lowndes' signature. In the middle it has 100 wins in gold, and it has 100 race wins in red there. Also on the seatbelt, I don't think my camera's going to pick it up, or it might just, you can probably just see it there. There's 100 wins on the seatbelts. There we go. Is it going to pick it up? There we go, you can just see it. Now as we move up to the roof, we've got 2 aerials and the rest of the race numbers. And if we keep going down, you can see 888 Racing on the back with 100. Right down to the boot with the spoiler. 100 race wins on the spoiler. And Craig Lowndes' first race was on the 27th of January 1996 at Eastern Creek. It was round 1, race 2. And Craig Lowndes' first Bathurst win was on the 8th of October 2006, Mount Panorama, round 9. Now taking a look at the passenger side, it is the same as the driver's side. Same graphics, same livery. So now we're going to try and look inside the vehicle as much as we can. So inside the vehicle you can see it has a race seat with the seat belts, and it's got 100 wins. It also has the steering wheel and the gearbox. And if we look at the inside from the back, you can see Craig Lowndes' signature on the left. And there's the gold 100 down there, we go. And it's got the 100 race wins with the Holden logo on the front, down on the dashboard. While we're here, let's take a look at the boot and the back. So this is the back of the car. 100 wins. It's got 888 Racing Engineering on it. There we go. And it's got Holden down the bottom. And that is the 100 wins special red VF Commodore. Now we're going to take a look at the other vehicle. So here is the other vehicle. It is a 1 in 18 2015 Craig Lowndes car. This is the livery that Craig Lowndes won the 100th race on. We'll take a look at the back. So as you can see, it's got the Caltex logo, gear wrench. As we move along, we can see the sponsors' logos on the back window. Craig Lowndes 888. It's got the window mesh. Now, because it was at Darwin, his 100th win, as you can see there, it has Triple Crown and Sky City. So as you can see in the small writing, Sky City Triple Crown Event 5 2015 V8 Supercars. It was on the 19th to 21st of June, Hidden Valley, Darwin. And just next to that is the Sky City livery. So if we zoom back out, we've got the Red Bull Supercars at the bottom, down to the other sponsors. So that is the driver's side. Now we'll take a look at the front, the bonnet, the roof and the boot. So here is the front. As we move up the bonnet, you can see Red Bull. You can see the race seat belts, as well as the steering wheel, the gearbox, Red Bull on the dash, and the red and green lights on the right with 888. Keep going up the back, we can see the small Caltex logo. Now the small Caltex logo on beside the T and the E, that was when the camera's there. So if there's a camera, the hamburger camera they call it, that logo comes out clearly on that camera. As we go down the back, you can see two aerials, and you can see the Red Bull and Komatsu with the 888, and on the spoiler there it says it gives you wings, because Red Bull gives you wings. So now let's take a look at the passenger's side. So the passenger side of the vehicle is exactly the same as the driver's side. Same livery. I'll try and zoom in on the window as much as possible. Can't really see much, but you can see the steering wheel, the gearbox at least. So that is the passenger side, and now we'll take a look at the back. And there is the back of the vehicle. So that is the two vehicles. Now we're going to take a look at the display box. So I'm filming this on my drawer. This box is huge, so I'm trying to get as much of the drawer out of it as possible. So it's come in a black box. Now for the dimensions, look down below in the description. Being in New Zealand, it is in millimeters. So you might have to convert it to inches or centimeters, but I've put it in millimeters as being the standard. So top of the box says Classic Carlectibles, and just for note, the measurements are with it closed and when you see it opened in just a minute. So this is the top of the box. This is what's on the side of the box: 100 race wins, Craig Lowndes, 100 ATCC V8 Supercar race wins. So this is the box opened. You can see it's got a spot for the cars, so we'll look at the bottom first. It's got 100 wins, race wins at the bottom here. As we move up, it's got Classic Carlectibles. Down on the bottom left hand side, as you can see, is the Certificate of Authenticity. So this personally signed certificate verifies that the 1 in 18 scale twin set is a limited edition of 1050, and as you can see, that's number 518. It's got the 888 Race Engineering logo, Classic Carlectibles, 100 race wins on the right with Craig Lowndes sharing the trophy, and you can just see the 100 win poster with the champagne bottle, and he's beside the car. Now, this signature is in permanent marker, so it is personally signed. You can probably just make it out on the L there, how light the pen is, see there? See if we'll bring it up. There we go, you can just see a faint white mark is where the pen's been, there. Also you can see the squiggle there, so you can see clearly it's permanent marker, see on the corner here. Just down there you can see the lines. So yes, this is personally signed by Craig Lowndes, which is cool. Now we move up to the box at the back. As you can see, it has all the details about Craig Lowndes, 100 wins. So we'll take a quick look at the left. He was the first driver to achieve 100 wins, 99 of them being in Australia, 1 in overseas in Bahrain in 2007. 75 of those wins were in a Holden and 25 of those were in a Ford. Now me personally, I'm a Holden fan, so it was actually quite fitting that Craig Lowndes won in a Holden on this 100th one. There were 8 wins that weren't counted. That was 1 in 96 at Sandown, 1 at Bathurst, 1 in 97 at Sandown again, and 5 in Albert Park. So the 100th win, it was in car number 888. It was 888 Engineering. It was in Darwin on the 19th season. Darwin's race number was 559, and it was round 241. Also, just to make another note, total number of races in the V8 Supercars since it first started, Craig Lowndes won the 100th on race number 888. So the car's numbers 888, 888 Race Engineering, and out of all the races in the V8 Supercar Championship, he won it on race number 888. So I'm not too sure if anyone's superstitious or not, but that was pretty handy. So these are the successful teams he's with. He's had 49 wins with Holden Racing Team, 48 with 888, 1 with the Gibson 00 Motorsport, and 2 with Gibson and 1 with Ford. Now, these are the race stats out of all the races. So you can see from 1960, which was the very first race, to 2015, there were 100 race wins for Craig Lowndes, and total races between 1960 and the time he won that 100th race, it was all up 888 races. 888 races, so he won 11% of those races. And from 1996 to 2015, Craig Lowndes won 18% of those races. So 1996 to 2015 were 559 races. The teams with the most wins, tracks with the most wins, he's had Barbagallo 15, Queensland Raceway 11, and Symmons Plains 10. Successful cars, 12 with 888, 10 with Holden Commodore. So it's 12 in the Falcon. Endurance races, he's won 4 with Jamie Whincup, 4 with Mark Scaife, 2 with Warren Luff, and 1 with Jan Muller. And at the top there you can see Red Bull Racing Australia. He is a 3-time V8 Supercar champion, 4-time Barry Sheen medalist, 5 times Bathurst 1000 winner. So now we're going to put the cars together and I'm going to show you the full package. So there is the full 118 scale model Craig Lowndes 100 wins twin set full display with the vehicles. Now I'm going to put the posters on the windows and that will be the video. And as you can see, there is the complete set with the posters and the windows. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed seeing this 1 in 18 scale model. Limited edition 518 out of 1050.